Y'all wonder how that beat was made? It was made with this right here. You know what I'm saying? That's skills right there, King. Come on now. Listen, YouTube. GloYard Gang podcast listeners all over the globe, man. Welcome to another episode. Special edition. Members only, y'all already know. Just our way of showing thanks to the members of the channel for showing love to the channel in that special way. We definitely appreciate y'all joining us for another one. Y'all already know we do these shows every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Per use, we talk about all things NBA related, man. Like I said, hot takes, debates. We talk about post games. Playoffs are coming up here pretty soon. So we'll be talking about that pretty soon. I can't wait. Gonna be some interesting matchups here. But listen, if you guys are new to the channel, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button. Join us here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know, so too, if y'all can do us a favor, it would cost you anything at all. Okay, simply hit that like button. Hit that like button to help out the channel. I see we're slowly but surely getting more numbers in, man. We definitely appreciate that. But we still continue to need y'all's help to try to get the channel up and going. And we definitely appreciate that. Also, too, man, if you members, you already know. If you got any questions or comments, man, just put it in the comment section and we'll get to it toward the end of the show. All right, King, you ready to get to it?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. But before we do, let's go ahead and show some love to the sponsor of the channel, man.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Yeah. Listen, man. Some interesting news has dropped here, man. We're gonna get into it, man. Just gonna go over some recaps of some news that dropped here in the association. Bam just scores 83. People are still talking about it. People kind of giving their opinions about it and all that stuff. Your boy Shai Gilgeous broke Wilt's 20-point record. We talked about that before. Yeah, I know. And Luka just dropped a damn near a 50-piece triple-double yesterday. And I ended up watching that game yesterday. Someone told me to watch the game, and I was doing some other stuff, and I was like, I watched a little bit of. I watched the Mav game, and then I watched the Detroit game. Detroit was playing Philadelphia. You know, I had to see my boy VJ and Cade play each other. So Philadelphia kind of banged up right now. They missing like their three of the top guys. Actually, all the three of the top guys. So VJ had to carry the offense. Him and Quentin Grimes yesterday. So
That ain't their roles yet.
Yeah, ain't their roles yet. But yeah, I watched that game and I watched a little bit of the Mav game. He played the Grizzlies. They got a dub yesterday. But yeah, then after that, like I was doing some other stuff because we geeks. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try to catch one more game. So I started realize what time it was. I'm like, let me go ahead and catch this It's a Laker game. It's a good thing I did. I got to see Luka at the Plum Diggity Food. So yeah, man, it was a pretty good game.
I heard Chris Middleton went off too.
Yeah, Chris Middleton. I think he had like 30-some points, I think.
35 or something like that, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he went off yesterday too. So and you wanna know why Luka went off for 50?
Somebody talk trash to him?
Bruh. Listen, man. I told this dude, shout out to Clint, man. I told him this at my one of the guys I work with. He a Laker fan. I told him this a while back. I said, bro, growing up, I learned there's certain players, just leave him alone, man. Just leave him alone. Like I remember Derek Martin. They used to play in the NBA back in the day.
Yep.
Played for the Grizzlies. I ain't gonna never forget this story. Jordan was playing the Grizzlies, and Jordan, he wasn't having a bad game, but he was just kind of just going through the motions or whatever. It is what it is.
So again.
And then all of a sudden they said Derek Martin was on the bench talking noise to him. That's what woke him up. I think he ended up finishing the game like 40-some points. It was like, bro, just certain players don't rile them up. If they not having a good game or they just kind of going through the motions, bro, just let it be.
Yeah.
I remember some players saying like, yeah, Jordan was going through the motions. He's like, yeah, did you say anything to him? No, I just let him play. Good job, Mr. Jordan. You did, you did
like
good.
Just get your point, score. If you're beating them, just pump your fists, think inside. Yeah, we beating Jordan and all, and then when the game over, keep it moving. You feel me? Yeah, we got him, man.
And so I remember Luka gave me a little shrug and started laughing. Like, all right, you listen, I want you to remember you asked for this. I was chilling. I was chilling. You asked for this. And did it efficiently too, King.
Yeah,
Did it efficiently.
That's
So
what Luka can do when he being Luka. But you know, he you don't talk trash to Luka, bro. You should know better than that. We talk about it a bunch. He's a very emotional player. So he'll have other things on his mind at times, and you know, probably not paying attention, not really thinking this is that important right now. Leave him alone, bro. Don't bring his mind into the game. Let his mind be as far away off the game as it can be, where he's not thinking about this game. He don't really care, and you go ahead and get your W, because when you start talking trash and get him back involved and engaged, you get 51-point triple doubles. You feel me? You get 60-point triple doubles. You get 70-point almost triple doubles. You feel me? So yeah, leave him alone, man. And
leave him alone, man.
Like, yeah, Luka has the most efficient 70-point game ever, like by far.
It's probably him and then Bam.
Yeah, then Bam. Something like that, then Bam. Shout out to Bam, man. I don't have a problem with Bam.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't throw no shots, man.
Yeah, that was low-hanging fruit, bro. Pause.
Yeah, it really was. Because that's how I've been talking about. And I remember you said it on the show, and I thought about it when I heard somebody else say it. I said, damn, he did say 40. He said he shot 46% from the field. I said, yo, that's got to be the lowest field goal percentage of all time for that many points or whatever. Because a lot of times he was showing. A matter of fact, I think I seen that video about Uncut Hoops.
Mm-hmm.
I think he the one that posted the stats or whatever, and all of them dudes all cleared 50. They all cleared 50. They were like in the 60s or whatever. 60 and 70% is what they is, which means you have to be
usually
stupid that night.
The 50-point games and all that stuff with low efficiency, they don't talk about those ones. They're the ones you don't.
No.
You feel me? It's like that's why even Kobe 60-point at the end, he missed the 50 percentage by a couple shots. But the thing is, it was his last game. That's after the Achilles injury. That's why it's talked about. But still, it was. You can't be dominant. I feel like if you're not shooting over 50%, why are you shooting so much? You feel me? Like to get 80 points or something like that, like you're shooting the ball too many times. If you're not shooting 50%, at least you're not being dominant. That means you're chucking up shots. You're just making some. But I mean, I'm not mad at Bam though, bro. Like I said, it's definitely messed his percentage up towards the end where he was going for the record and all that stuff. And he wasn't too far, but I wouldn't want that record without 50%. Just
because to be honest with you, he did well the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, he was killing.
The first 3 quarters was legit. Yeah, then we tried to force it or whatever. That's when the issues happened. But yeah, like I said, he did good the first 3. Folks were getting the praise on the first 3 quarters. That was legit. He was balling.
If he ended the game with like 70, I think folks would be different. Be talking about this differently. You feel me? If he just had 70, because he had, like you said, 60 something, just ended the game with a nice 70 points or whatever, like that, dominant and all. This would have probably upgraded Bam like completely. People would have been like, damn, Bam out here. I ain't know Bam could still do that. No. Once he started like force feeding himself, or the team force feeding him and trying to get the over 81, then it became okay. Now people got an issue with this.
Facts. But yeah, they ain't the only news, King. Let's get to see what else is out here popping in these NBA streets. Let's get to this recap. King, what is your favorite coach talking about, man? What's your favorite coach talking about? Let's see what he's talking about here. Check it out, King. This is from Steve Kerr. He says we need to play fewer games. We need to take 10 games off the schedule. Yes. It would be great for the league. This is less revenue, and everyone agrees to less money. But the modern game with the pace and the space, it would be more competitive and healthier league. This is from your boy, your favorite coach of all time. He says the greatest coach you've ever seen in your life, Steve Kerr. What you think, man? Should they cut it back? Should we cut these games down, man?
No. No. Just respect the game differently. I mean, I've seen the game for 30-something years now, and they've been playing 82 games the entire time I've been watching the league. You feel me?
My whole life.
And it's been some Showtime teams. There's been some fast teams. You feel me? I've seen the Phoenix Suns and all that play 82 games in 7 seconds or less or whatever like that. And it's crazy because Steve Kerr he's the benefactor of this pace and space and all. Like he is part of the Golden State Warriors. They change the
They
game
changed
and
the
all.
league.
So for you to now say you need 10 games off, like it's like we don't want to hear you. Everything the Golden State Warriors say in a way is kind of like crying wolf. Like, sorry, like, bro, you going through trouble right now and all. You ran the league for a decade. Like, you don't. Sorry, my bad, but yeah, this is we're gonna need 10 games off. I guess he want 10 games off to keep Steph a little fresh now because Steph like 37 and you feel me shouldn't be carrying the team by himself. But that's a different situation. But nah, Steve Kerr. The more Steve Kerr talks, the more I start feeling like that was Mark Jackson's team, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I hate saying that because it's not. I understand that Steve Kerr switched stuff up, and especially on offense and all. But the more he talked, bro, I'd be like, "What are you talking about, Steve Kerr, bro? Like, what is your philosophy? What have you brought? What are you bringing to the game? You played with Jordan and all. Why are you saying this stuff? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree with you because listen, bro. For one, like you said, you run a step into the ground. It's kind of your fault because you don't know how to develop young players. That's one. Two, like you said, you played in the era where it was 82 games. There was no complaints about that then. And I know people talk, oh, it's faster or whatever, but it's more physical. Dudes were getting beat up back in those days. It's still playing 82 games. Like they were talking about. Matter of fact, they brought up. I think was it? It might have been Uncut Hoops. He brought up a stat one time because this came up a while back, and he brought this up in one of his videos, and he started showing all the All-Stars. I forgot what year it was. All the All-Stars in the All-Star game that year, and how many games they played that year. And I think the starting lineup he showed. I think the least amount was like 79 games, and I think that was Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? So he only missed like 3 games that whole entire season, and everybody else was 79 and above. You know what I'm saying? 82.
That's why I was saying games. I want to see I wanted to look at Steph Curry, like his games played, because I mean I know Draymond always getting games off, and then I wouldn't think Steph Curry at 80-something games
off within the game.
And I don't think Steph Curry at 80-something game person. So I'm just like, well, how many games did Steph Curry play? So let's see. Last year he missed 12. He played 70 out of 82. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Year before he played 74, so he got 8 games off. Year before that, he played 56. So what's that? Almost 30 games off.
Almost 30. Yeah, almost 30.
That's 4 away. That's 26.
Yep.
He played 64 the year before, 63, 5 games, 69, 51, 79, 79, 80. That's back when he was okay, 78, 78, 23, 74, 80. I'm sorry. So for the past decade or so, Steph Curry probably averaged about 69 games a year. So
that's why he's saying shave off 10. So he can play a whole season.
I guess so he can be playing the whole season. We're not talking about Steph Curry.
Now he can be eligible for these rewards and all that.
What about an issue of you guys going to get Kristaps Porzingis and a Jimmy Butler to, between one guy injury prone, another guy older, and then trying to help your team out with an old Draymond Green and a Steph Curry, and then Jimmy Butler get hurt. That's the issue. The issue is you're building around old players. If you knew how to use younger players, Steve Kerr, they could take those 10 games away from your older players and play them. That's crazy to think, right? That's what younger players have thought before, to run up and down the floor and all that stuff, do the stuff the older players don't want to do anymore. But when you
ain't the league younger?
Allegedly, you gotta be a grown man first to play. That's what Steve.
Oh, right. Sorry, my bad. I apologize.
So if they grown men needing to play, then why can't they play 82 games? They grown men.
Yeah, like I said, you played in that era. You got 3 rings from it. Yeah, matter of fact, even when you played with the Spurs, it was still that mind frame.
You got 5 rings from it.
Yeah, got 5 rings from it. You right. The fact that it was a whole lot more physical back then, and yet these dudes still played 82 games. Like you said, nobody told the league to run up and down the whole time. Nobody told him to do that. Like you said, you are the godfather of all that. You started that. You started the space and pace and all that stuff, and the threes, and shooting 53s a game and all that.
He evolved it. I don't say he's because, like you said, like I said earlier, D'Antoni and all was in the league before. He didn't get to the place, but he expanded on it. I would say that was Steve Kerr. Yeah. He wanted to play that way.
Yeah. So, and hold on, and where's Steve Kerr come from?
Phoenix.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Makes sense. But yeah, this should have been a pause right here for Steve Kerr right here, bro. This should have been a pause. You got to pause, my guy.
Steve Kerr be tripping out here. He think his crap don't stink. That's what he think, and he feeling himself being a multi-time, champion coach and all that stuff. Like, I mean,
Hey,
as he should. I guess he wanted the big time coaches in the league and all. He think he should always be at the top, but sometimes he talk about stupid stuff. Go ahead.
and you know what's crazy too, and people are starting to criticize Steve Kerr.
Mm.
He's starting to get that criticism now, bro. He's starting to kick in. Excuse me. So yeah, it's interesting, man. But let's see what we got for next, man. Check this out. Your boy Paulo. It's what he had to say. He says, I looked in the mirror first, right? This is accountability right here, King, when you look in the mirror. He says it's about being honest with yourself and realizing that you didn't really deserve to be an all-star, honestly. This is what Paulo had to say. So your boy Paulo been balling, man, since after the all-star game. We're going to talk about that here in just a second, but check this out. Let me see if I can read this here. Paulo didn't point fingers at the NBA's Eastern Conference coaches for not selecting him as a reserve. The 2023-24 NBA All-Star also wasn't frustrated with Commissioner Adam Silver for not making him an All-Star replacement. Rather, the Orlando Magic forward blamed himself and used it as motivation to play like one of the league's elite regular season play resumed. He says, I'm always honest with myself. He said he told Anscape. It must be a magazine or something, or an article or whatever. But he said, I looked in the mirror first over the All-Star break. I watched a lot of film over the early part of the season. I just wasn't happy with what I put out. Some of that had to do with me being injured and coming back. I could have had a better mindset, and that was part of it. But I know I'm an all-star in this league. My confidence is still the same. It's about being honest with myself and realizing that you didn't really deserve to be an all-star, honestly. It's about taking that with a grain of salt and being better in the second half of the season. Okay, Paulo. What you think about old Paulo King? Oh, hold on, my bad. So speaking of second half of the season, check this out, King.
Mm-hmm.
These Apollo numbers in the second half of the season, King.
Mm.
So first half, he's averaging 21, 8, and 5 on 45% shooting.
That's crazy. That's trash. That's crazy. That's considered trash, though. But go ahead, keep going.
After the All-Star break, he gave me a 26, 9, 6, 51% shooting, King.
So, I'm proud of Paulo, bro. I'm proud of Paulo. I'm actually happy that folks started falling off the Paulo train again, bro. You feel me? Like this is my guy as far as people don't recognize the number one pick, what he's doing already and all that. Paulo nice, bro. I've told you before when people try to get me to, turn on Paulo and be like, well, you got Paulo and all this and Franz and all that. Paulo legit. Like, look at them numbers. We talking about a guy give you 26, 10 basically and 6. That's like we say Kevin Garnett type of numbers and all. Like we say this guy can do, and shooting 51% from the field. Doing
you called it. You said 25, 10, and 5.
I told you 25, 10, and 5, bro. That's what he could do at his best and all. He Kevin Garnett type guy. But yeah, he fine, bro. I'm excited. I want to see what they do in the offseason. Again, major. We get to that point where it's becoming a major off seasons for the Orlando Magic because Paulo's starting to hit his prime and all that. We're gonna see about the coaching and all, Jamal Mosley. But it's a big major off season for him. But I'm still excited to see what they're gonna do in the regular season because they're still in the Eastern Conference and if they get in the dance, gonna be one of the teams that folks ain't gonna want to play if they clicking. So it's just Paulo, bro. He's gonna be perfectly fine. He's gonna make multiple more All-Star games, all NBA teams, and all that type of stuff. I think Paulo gonna be cool.
Listen, bro, he's one of my favorite players. And I hate when people was killing him and stuff because he was struggling. And he said it in that article there, the fact that he was hurt. I think we talked about it. We like, man, something's got to be wrong with Paulo because he don't look the same. He's not moving the same. You know what I'm saying? He just looks like he's kind of like a little timid out there. Something's got to be wrong. And I think he said it there. He said he was hurt at the beginning of the season. So he was trying to playing through that and all that type of stuff. So the fact that like he's stepping up here in the second half, and I like the fact that him being a young guy, we talk about it so many times, the young guys not taking accountability and trying to work on their game and get better and all that stuff. Paulo admitted that this is what he has to do. He knows what he has to do. He looked in the mirror, he took a step back and kind of evaluated himself and that's what he learned. And we saw in the season in the second half. I've watched a few of these Orlando games here lately. Paulo's been pretty solid. Not only that, Paulo's play has been leading to more winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people aren't talking about Orlando either. You know what I'm saying? Being that team that could be dangerous there in the playoffs.
He's a positive impact on the floor now. It's not he's not out there jacking shots and all that stuff. He out there just
bro, you know what's crazy to me, man? We've seen it so many times since we started doing this. Like people were like, if it's like this popular thing to like pile on somebody when they're down or whatever, people will constantly do it, right? Mm-hmm. But as soon as that person turns a corner, you don't hear from nobody.
Crickets.
You don't hear no, oh, my bad, bro. You know, you doing better. None of that. I use an example like Klay Thompson been killing lately, bro, on the jump shots and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Been damn near leading scorer of the team here over the last few weeks or whatever, right? Nothing. But let him go on a streak of like 2 or 3 games in a row where he ain't hitting nothing. Then everybody and their mama got something to say. I told you he was
0 for 10.
Like where is that same praise for these people, man, when they're actually doing good? Well, isn't the goal for them to not do bad anymore, like to do better? Yeah. Isn't that what he doing?
Either you're ignorant as a journalist and a reporter, or you don't watch the games enough to actually pay attention to see that people.
Actually, I'm not even talking about them. I'm not even talking about them.
I'm talking about fans in general too. I'm sorry, just to cover the game as far as like just talking about the game. I mean, just in general. You're either not watching. Yeah.
There you go. Be as loud when they're doing well as you are when they're not.
We're followers. We're followers, man. I always talk about that. Humans are followers in general. Nobody want to stand alone and possibly be right. It could be like you can be 100% right, and everybody else in the ring can be wrong. But folks like running away and being comfortable. So when you hear stuff, Paolo's trash, you ain't even watching. A lot of folks just yelling Paolo trash, ain't even watching Orlando Magic games at all. No. Just hearing, Paolo trash here, number 1 pick. Let's just yell that he trash as well. It's cool to say. And it's like, okay, and yell at Franz is better and all that stuff. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. Let's pump the brakes. 2 things can be true at the same time. Franz can be nice, but one is the number 1 pick and all for a reason. Let's not play. But yeah, bro, Paolo doing this thing. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Orlando got to get the team together. And I asked you that before about the point guard play. Will that settle everything down, or do you think it'll help people not get injured and everybody play and all? And I really think that's part of it. Get them a point guard. That way, it's not on him to actually make all the decisions and all, because he shouldn't be the complete decision maker. That's not his role. That's not cool.
And I don't know we keep bringing this up, but Mosley, it's probably time for Mosley to step down. They got to get a better play caller, a better offense and stuff like that for the talent that they have on the team. Like you said, I hope they go into this offseason understand they need a center and a point guard. Those are the 2 main positions that you need.
I was gonna say if Jamal and Paolo can sit down, though, Jamal don't gotta leave. So I don't want to fire Jamal because Jamal ain't get the benefit of the point guard. Like, I think that's not fair. It's like, damn, bro, you got to sit here and do that. But I do understand if he's gone, if they can't get rid of this, like they need to sit down, have a serious conversation and say, hey, we're going into this next year and doing this or whatever. This the plan. Paolo, you my guy. Franz the number 2. Like, you really need to sit down and Jamal need to have a serious. They're no longer young men or young boys anymore, I should say. These are grown men now, trying to compete and play now. They've been doing this winning thing in Orlando for a few years now. Let's go and decide what we're going to do. But you should get him a point guard. Like, I don't think it's not fair to fire him without let him get in a complete, benefit of the doubt with the team and all. But at the same time, if he haven't beef with the main player, though, I do understand he got to be gone. So,
well, yeah, that too. But if that's the case, then if you're talking about him, seeing if you can get him another shot, then he needs to get somebody in there that's going to help him with the offense.
I do agree.
With offense.
But at the same time, the point guard would do that as well. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. Everything will start to fall in line if you get somebody like the point guard is another coach on the floor. So yes, he does need to get that. I'm agreeing. I'm not disagreeing. But at the same time, getting a point guard, like having a Chris Paul there, he's gone retired. If he got a Chris Paul on that team, that's the extension of him. You feel me? On the floor where stuff going to happen and all. They got to get a point guard, bro. It's too much responsibility on these guys to be the point guard for the team, to do everything. And yeah, they can control the ball and all, but you got to get Jamal. We can't even see what Jamal Mosley's real offense is because you have no point guard to run it. You feel me? Like he running an offense with forwards and all that stuff, playing point guards. So I don't even know what his offense really is. He's never got a chance to show it.
Right. All right, man. See what we got up here next, King. Check this out, man. We got the Boston Celtics, man. Might be the team to beat in the East, bro. White he's got a career high in points. Quitter got career high in points. I didn't know that. Hauser got career high in points. Your boy Peyton Pritchard, career high in points, and then of course Jaylen Brown, career high in points, and they just got back Jason Tatum. They've been looking pretty nice. They lost to the Spurs and the Thunder. They lost to the Spurs. I watched that Spurs game. That was bogus. They ended up ejecting Jaylen Brown out, which was stupid. That was okay. The guy, the referee that ejected him was on the other side of the court. So that's what a lot of people was kind of mad about too. But he, I think they were actually winning that game when he was playing because he was going off in that game, especially in that first quarter. So that one, I mean, it is what it is. But they played Oklahoma last night, which I missed that game. I wish I could have caught that game. They lost by 2 on that one, and Jaylen Brown had some comments to make after the game about manipulating the officiating, which I think we talk about so many times on this show with a certain player. It's starting to become a pattern because he's not the first player. We've been hearing this over the last couple games from OKC, man. A lot of people starting to complain about how they being referee, and you already know my opinion about refereeing and why it'd be so inconsistent in the league. I just don't understand why that is, but it is what it is. But yeah, Tatum been looking pretty nice as he came back. The one thing I think we were talking about is like, how is he going to fit in as far as like, is he going to accept a certain role until he kind of gets acclimated with the team and all that? He has been doing that. I give him his props on that. He's been pretty solid. Other than the first game, the first like half of the first game, he was kind of rusty. He even missed a dunk on a going down the lane.
Wide open. Spike.
Yeah, wide open. Yeah, he like, okay. He did the little crossover and went down the middle. I said, okay.
He went up. It was like, oh,
he went up.
Lift.
Yeah,
no
lift. He said, okay. Came out the second half. He balled that second half though. I gotta give him his props on that. I was like, okay, there you go.
That lift, bro. What the hell? It's crazy how injuries change people real quick.
But thing is, though, I thought he got high enough. But was he? Too far back.
Nah, he didn't get high enough. He tried. That's a regular. So he could have dunked the ball. He can dunk the ball. Feel like a regular if he just goes straight up in the vertical and all. But he tried to Jason Tatum it, and you feel me? He went with the run, cock back and all. And it's like, bro, nah, that ain't you no more. You gotta just go up there and just put the ball in there. Like, you ain't as athletic no more. It's crazy how stuff changes, and it's like, damn, Jason Tatum couldn't do his dunk no more. Like, that's why I know he probably do it every day.
When he missed that dunk, I thought that maybe he still couldn't trust that leg.
He looked like, to me, it looked like he tried to take off, and it just
didn't get up there.
I just don't. No, that's not saying he can't get a little better. He still be dunking and all that stuff, but you just saw, bro, it's Jason Tatum. It started looking like he was an old man overnight. You feel me? Like it started, okay. Jason Tatum would have never did that, bro. Like, not as far as he got stuck against the rim. Like, not miss a dunk. Usually you might hit the back of the rim or something like that.
Yeah, like he didn't get like out or whatever.
Sprite commercial where he would have fell down. That dude, you feel me? Like, dunked and went back. Like, oh, I was like, damn, Jason Tatum, you could have hurt yourself. Like, he tried to yam it and hit the rim. I was like, damn. But he'll be fine though. He's a shooter and all that stuff. It's not just on that, but damn, he tore his Achilles. It's crazy how the game changes, bro. How your body will change your whole game up. It's wild.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man. Like I said, I've been watching a few of their games here too since he's been back. They
legit.
They look pretty. Yeah, they look pretty good, man. My thing too is like, is it going to be a lot of pressure on Tatum going into the playoffs, or is it going to are they going to keep things how they are right now? Like, are you going to switch things up when you get to the playoffs, or how's that going to work?
Yep.
Like, I like how they're using him right now. He's kind of still a little bit on the low, managing a little bit.
Yeah.
Not saying he playing 15 minutes or nothing, but you know what I mean? Like, he not like, oh my God, you have a 40 or whatever.
He'll get to 30 around that, somewhere around 30 in the playoffs, because you don't play every other day and then you start missing 2 days and all that stuff.
Yeah, we still got a month.
Yeah, but it's about how close he can get to Jason Tatum at that point. Like, so when everybody else being tired and the season being over, Jason Tatum will just be getting into form. You feel me? As far as his legs and all that stuff. Like, he'll be on the playoffs if he started at this point, and he can be Jason Tatum at just being at that point where, all right, I done played enough games. I'm in the flow now. This is the best time of the season to be playing. Like, I'm ready. I'm not hurt. I'm fresh. I done played enough. I know how to do this. My muscle memory is back and all that stuff now. He'll be at that point. So they're a dangerous team. I mean, like, would I be surprised they came out the East? No. Am I picking them to win the East? No, as well. But like the East is just, I don't know who's gonna win the East. Tell you the truth. Like, I do want to say it's gonna be Detroit, but like I said, if somebody don't step up, it won't be them. It could be the Knicks out of nowhere. Like the playoffs are playoffs. Like I ain't gonna lie and say it's not. It's a situation when you're playing against one team over and over again. Some team could just step up. It could be the Knicks again. So I don't know about the Cavaliers. I don't know. But Boston definitely got a shot though. They wanted the top four. They jumped themselves the top four in the East for sure.
That's one of the teams they beat was the Cavaliers with Tatum. Yeah, like you said, I remember I told you this a few shows back. I said the East gonna be good this year, man. They got some squads in there, man. It's gonna really, well, we already knew this, but it's gonna depend on matchups for sure. Because certain teams match up well with the other teams or whatever. But this definitely does help Boston because I think we talked about it, like them being one of the top 5 teams in the league. We was like, yeah, they definitely number 5 of those top 5 or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Their record against the good teams and all that stuff was kind of like, but we understood because like, yo, they're overachieving. Jaylen Brown went to a whole nother level. He's literally he's a definition of a carrying job or whatever. Yeah. So with the Tatum coming back, like I said, he's playing pretty solid. He's actually been helping out with the spacing and all that stuff because now people are actually paying attention to him because he's been hitting his jump shots and stuff over the last couple games. So this definitely adds a different dimension to the East now with him playing for Boston now. Like you said, it could be anybody right now. I at one point I was like, I'm definitely sticking with Detroit, but like you said, it's going to depend because Detroit matched up well with certain teams and the other teams they don't. Like they for some odd reason they don't match up well with Cleveland. I don't know why, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting, man. With this I can't wait for playoffs.
I already told you. I think it's going to be East and West because we're going to talk about another team that's in the bottom of the West. You feel me? That's creeping up. That 3 through 6 in the West is stupid right now. And then we got the teams in the bottom. These playoffs, this might be a legendary, like this might be a real important ring right here. This might end up being one of those, all right, you went through the gauntlet and we figure out who really is the team. It might be a team that announced themselves this year as far as we didn't think. And then, okay, they're here. They can play against everybody because it's going to be a tough season right here, tough playoffs to get through, bro. A lot of teams got there. I know a lot of people started off as like, we're missing guys, but getting towards the end of the season now and all, a lot of teams stacked up and ready now. Like Denver, I don't know if they're going to be up and down. They're still Denver. OKC on that side, you feel me? The Lakers starting to look good again. You feel me? Houston again. Who they going to play against? It's a lot of teams. Eastern. These playoffs going to be amazing. This is going to be a very good playoff, bro. I think it should be.
It should be, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely stacking up to look that way, bro. I'm with you. I agree. You said speaking of bottom of the league, I mean bottom of the West, right? Man, this is pretty interesting right here. A lot of people ain't talking about this, King. Your boy Kawhi and the Clippers, his first team in NBA history to move above 500 after starting 15 games or more under 500. King, check this out, man. So in December, December 18th, they was 6-21. By March 12th, 33-32. King. Question: do we gotta start giving Kawhi his prizops?
Man, I've already given Kawhi his prizops. I told you, healthy in a vacuum. You already know Kawhi, that dude. And this year, Kawhi out there playing, giving it his all and all. Like I know the team. It's crazy because the team has been going through ups and downs. So this the year where it's like, damn, Kawhi, you can just sit back and not worry.
And we understand this, huh?
Yeah, and he actually out there playing his butt off. It's about can he stay healthy? You know, like this is truthfully one of Kawhi Leonard's best years, I think. And it's crazy. This is one of Kawhi's best years. The record, if the Clippers had a better record, we'd be talking about Kawhi Leonard, a first-team All-NBA player and all that stuff on that level and all. Because, yeah, I mean, Kawhi just being Kawhi again, bro. Kawhi one of the most just, I don't even know how to call him. He's just a robot, bro, a machine just when he get into his zone. The closest. He's one of those on that Mount Rushmore, closest thing I seen to Jordan, where he give me that Jordan vibe when he go into his zone and all that stuff, and Kawhi one of them. So, yeah, bro, he cooking. Everybody, if they gave him any hell or whatever in the beginning of the season, he definitely owe him an apology because Kawhi Leonard out here showing you that he that dude. He's still number 1 on the team right now, getting 33 and 32.
Few things. we got to highlight a couple of players for the Clippers that I don't think a lot of people talking about. Darius Garland, since he's been over there, the games he actually played in, they're undefeated. Ben Mathurin is averaging damn near 20 points off the bench for them. Those two additions, man, have been two of the keys of why they've been balling since the trade deadline, bro. It's crazy.
You said Kawhi playing though because he might lose his contract. No, I'm kidding. Keep him. Say play for your freedom, bro.
No, what I would say. So right now they're saying that if the Clippers they're in the play-in spot right now. If they make it to right, I think the highest they can get right now, I think is 8. If they can get the AC, they will end up playing the OKC Thunder in the first round.
Yeah.
Do you see Kawhi doing some damage to OKC if they play each other in the first round?
I don't see him winning, but I definitely see it being a tough series.
It ain't gonna be no 3-0 sweep or nothing, right?
Nah, I think I would project to go to 6. If it go to 7, then OKC would have to watch out and definitely stay healthy. But I can see it going 6. They not in the 7th seed right now, the 8th seed. They all in like 9, 10.
Let me give me a second.
Damn, I want to see. I thought they can get the 7th seed.
Damn, I kind of want them to play OKC.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't mind it, but I thought they can get the 7th seed. I thought they were that. Damn.
Let me see. Give me a second. They are. They're 8.
Yeah, I thought they can get the 7th seed still.
They get 7, but let's say they stay at 8
matchup. Yeah, if they stay at 8, that's fine. But if they stay in the 8th seed or the 7th seed, I think they're going to the 7th seed. I think if they stay in that first where they play that first game for 7-8, they're gonna make the 7th. They're gonna be the highest seed. Because who's the 7th seed right now?
So Suns. I don't know, King. Suns got them by 5 games.
I still think they could beat the Suns in a 1-game situation. That's fine. It don't matter. That's what they're playing about.
Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah.
It don't matter. It's about that's why the Suns. It's crazy. The Suns 5 games over them, but can still be under them in the playoffs because they still in the 7th seed. That's telling you about the West.
My bad. They're 5.5.
That's telling you about the West that they can jump over top of the Suns, and they possibly could in a 1-game situation. I think I'm picking Kawhi over Devin Booker. A shout out to Jalen Green and all too. They had like 70-some points between the two of them. I think they had like 43 and 36 last night. But
man, remember we talked about it. We said if the two can stay healthy together, they can do something.
Jalen Green looking good over there as long as he stay healthy. I don't know what's going on with his health right now, but he over there putting up buckets. That's why I didn't know why. I don't know why. Never mind. I wouldn't have went for Kevin Durant, but that's me.
I'm so glad. What team was that? They said Kevin Durant possibly could have went to instead of Houston. No. It was was it Detroit?
Yeah, it was Detroit. Detroit was one of them. It was like,
I think it was Detroit. And I was like, thank you, bro. I said, please. I'm so glad they didn't send him over there, bro. I'm so glad, man. Listen, no disrespect, man, but
he's still Kevin Durant, but it's just not.
I'm gonna say this. Like, I mean, the last few teams you done went to, they fell under expectation. After a while, we gotta start looking at the common denominator.
Is this a bad year?
What for him?
Yeah. No. What I mean, so Houston last year got the what, 3rd seed?
Second seed,
right? So I know they're dealing with injuries with Fred VanVleet, but you still Kevin Durant adding to it. If they end up like a 5th, something under the 4th seed, is it
if you add me, yes. But listen, I told you this because remember when everybody talking about Jabari Smith and Alperen Sengun and all that. I said we didn't hear none of this stuff last year when he was a 2nd seed. Nah. And they had Jalen Green. Now you just said Jalen Green over there balling for Phoenix.
They should have. Told you they should have kept the team together and let them grow.
I'm just saying, bro. Like
that young as the number 2 seed, and you jumped and threw somebody away.
We gotta look a little deeper at this, bro. Like I said, like you know what I mean. Like shout out to my boy Strip. Talked to him about this, and I told him he was so happy. He told me, "Oh, we just literally they pretty much just took that one player and replaced it with another player. They didn't flip the whole squad or nothing, right? So they pretty much got their same team, and they just Dylan Brooks too, but he was looking at it as far as like their defense will still be good, and if you replace Jalen Green with Kevin Durant, they should be good. And I remember telling him, I said, "Bro, are you sure?" Because it's to me, the way your team is constructed, it looks like you're trying to make Kevin Durant the offensive hub for your squad. And the dude is 52 years old. Are you sure it's what you want to do? Y'all with a second seed. You maybe want to tweak some things here and there, around the edges or whatever. Maybe add another point guard or something like that, or maybe add another like a taller guard, something like that. Whatever, right? You shouldn't want to do nothing like that. No, Kevin Durant, we said we coming for the West. I said okay.
Yeah.
And look where we at right now.
Kevin Durant ain't that type of player, especially not no more to change your team that much. He's a great player still, but not to destroy your team for like. So when the Golden State did it, it was to put him over the top. Like it's like, oh, okay, like you changed your pieces up for Kevin Durant when you were the number 2 seed. You should have rocked out with that young squad that was already established and all, and maybe got a couple vets or something like that around them.
Mm-hmm.
You went all in for Kevin Durant,
like what they did when they got contract. Dodo and who else they picked up? They picked somebody else up. I'm blanking right now.
It wasn't Gordon, was it? Nah. I forgot who they picked up. I know they picked up Dodo. No, he not even. His career might be over. Close to it. Damn, Dodo.
But because of injuries or whatever. But yeah. So, but I forgot my point was. But yeah, I said, yeah. I don't know, bro. Like I said, after a while, if this is now your third stop and things are kind of falling apart a little bit, we gotta start looking in the mirror, bro. Like Apollo was doing. You gotta start looking in the mirror. I mean, after a while, common denominator. And on top of that, you're doing the burner accounts and all that stuff and calling your teammates out and all that. Right, bro, we got to start looking in the mirror.
I'm going to keep it 100. Kevin Durant keep calling other people out. He liked to call other people out. He think he at that point, them championships established them where it's like, bro, just because I tell people, bro, I don't care that you can just score buckets. There are a lot of people I've seen in the NBA in history that can score buckets, bro, that don't impact winning, bro. Like, shit, hell, Andrew Wiggins gave you buckets. I ain't talking about Kevin Durant buckets, but he was giving you buckets in Minnesota. If that's the case, why people didn't like him? He was number 1 pick, getting you 20-something points, get 22 to 25 around that range and all. Like, it ain't just about buckets, it's about impact and all. And Kevin Durant has been hurting teams. I mean, I don't want to say like he's hurting them, like he's helped them, obviously, but he's hurt their chemistry in the overall, bro. Like, he's not that leader, dude. He's that. When I heard about that stuff with Houston, I'm like, they're not going to win a championship. I'm not worried about Houston. Houston's not going to win a championship this year. I'd put my house on that. Houston's not going to win a championship this year. Kevin Durant saying that stuff about his teammates, and I don't care if you've been professional. They all been professional. They're just playing right now. They don't like each other. They don't like each other. They work together. They're employees. They're associates or whatever. But I don't think a lot of them are friends. That's what I'm saying now. And they went and got Kevin Durant.
All right, man. Let's see what we got up here next. King, check this out, man. Your guy, Dwight Howard, is officially retired, man. He's been holding on because he thought maybe he'll get another chance to play in the league because your boy Taj Gibson playing in the league. He's like, well, I can't play in the league. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Dwight Howard, man.
Retired.
Yeah, it's funny because me one of my coworkers was saying, he said the same thing. He said, I thought he already retired or whatever. Because he heard too. He's like, asked me, did you know Dwight just retired? I said, yeah, I got the alert or whatever.
Didn't he make it in the Hall?
I thought he did. But
ain't in the Hall of Fame. Am I tripping? What is going on?
Hold on.
Ain't this team in the Hall of Fame? I know he made it for like.
For he was in there for
the Dream Team and all that stuff, or the Redeem Team. He didn't make it by himself. I thought he made it by himself.
Let me see. I thought we said like he won a few players that's in there twice or something like that. Okay, here we go. Is Dwight in the Hall of Fame? That's the first question that popped up.
How was he? Yeah, he made it in 2025, right? Hold up, bro. I don't get what is going on. What's the Hall of Fame?
Wait, hold on.
What? How does never mind. I don't even want to think about it. My head's starting to hurt. He made it in 2025, I thought.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see something. Okay, so it says right here, induction details. Howard's election was officially announced on April 5th of 2025 during the NCAA Final Four, blah, blah, blah. He was enshrined alongside other basketball legends, including Carmelo. Oh, yeah, he was in there, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't retire. I thought you had to wait years after you retire and all.
Bro, and then, remember we talked about that on the show.
Yeah, that's what now, you were saying that I didn't think he was going to the league enough, and I was like, maybe he has been done. So what? How did?
I was gonna say, remember we talked about it was like he's one of the few players that was in there twice. Remember?
Yeah, because he made it for the team and that. And that's why I was like, he already made it in there, and it's like people were saying, well, he ain't been retired long enough yet, because even in that 2025, he had just played in
what
the
I said.
bubble
You right. I said
in
he didn't
2020
retire
or
long enough.
2021 and all that stuff. And we were like, I was like,
I think I asked you how long you have to be out the league. I think in the NFL was it 5 years?
It was 5 years. I thought it was 5 years. It's the same on both of them. So, but yeah, I thought it was both 5, but I guess not. I don't know. How was he already in the Hall of Fame if he didn't retire?
That's
Did the NBA make a mistake? Did they not realize he wasn't retired yet and just threw Dwight in there to get names? Like that, people were talking about that when it happened, and it was like, well, how is he in the Hall of? Like, obviously he's a Hall of Fame player. It's not an issue with him being in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But how did he get in the Hall of Fame that season?
Without officially announced his retirement? Yeah, I've never seen that before. Let me see if I can ask Google real quick because I want to know now.
Because now we would usually start the waiting game. You feel me? When you retire now it's like, okay, well, Dwight gonna be in there in whatever years. You can start thinking, all right, that's about to happen. Because I think even with Tim Duncan and Kobe and them, it was 5 years after they retired, right?
Okay, let's see.
Maybe it was 3 years.
Hold on. So they're saying. So they're saying he became eligible because he was out the league for 7 years, for several years.
Huh? So that's how it is now. You just, as long as you don't play. This is I don't know.
Yeah, and look, it says according to Hall of Fame rules, a player becomes eligible for enshrinement in their 5th year of retirement, which requires being fully retired for 4 full seasons. But he didn't officially retire though.
Yeah, and he was. When did he win? 2020 or 2021? That was 2020, right?
Yeah,
he won the championship.
2020.
It was 2020.
Yeah,
okay. So he won in 2025. Damn, they just straight. They counted that as they knew that was gonna be his last year.
That can't be right though, King, because he also played another. He went back to the Lakers. Remember?
Did he go back to him?
Yeah, he went back.
I thought he did, and he played overseas. I'm saying like.
That's when he started talking about we should have kept the team together.
And he played overseas. Remember, he was playing the games overseas.
Yeah.
He wasn't retired. I don't know. We can keep moving. Like I said, it's going to mess your head up, bro. It don't make sense. It's like, huh?
It's typically it's a player to be enshrined before a formal retirement announcement. It says Howard became eligible because he had been out of the NBA for several years. Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's not just the NBA Hall of Fame either.
Yeah, it's not just the NBA Hall of Fame.
He's still playing professional basketball.
No, I don't think. But
yeah, that's weird. Like I say, it's something to think about or look into after the show and all. That's like a deep dive. I don't understand. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, me either. Because when you asked it, I just thought I was like, damn, hold on, he is in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why. Because now that you said that, I do remember saying, oh yeah, he's gonna be one of the few players in the league. We started naming out players. Man, we said like Chris Paul. We started naming like everybody on that Redeem team is going to be a Hall of Famer outside of that Redeem team Hall of Fame. Yeah. So that's crazy. But yeah. But I was going to ask you, man, what's the one thing you remember about Dwight Howard's career, man?
His energy on the floor for the good and bad. As far as just impact, dude was just a motor. Was energetic, a freak of nature, not really the most skilled basketball player, but like I say, undersized motor. This guy played center at 6'9" and didn't miss a beat. Like it didn't feel like, oh, he was undersized and all that stuff. He's out there one of the strongest guys in the league. So
a dominant defender.
Yeah. And another word, let me use this word. If I had to use one word, I would say underappreciated or underrated. Because at one point, Dwight Howard, like I say, Dwight Howard was a top 3 player in the NBA for a second. And people would treat him like, because of the situations, and I know even more situations happening all now, but treat him like, that didn't happen. And I'm like, bro, nah, the story of basketball, the NBA cannot be told without Dwight Howard. So, yeah. And he stopped Kobe versus LeBron. So that's part of the story. So, yeah, I think underappreciated, undervalued, bro. It'll be one of those words.
The one thing that comes to mind, I think of Dwight Howard, he should have been top 75.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand how he didn't make the top set. Well, we know why. Like you just said a minute ago, people are putting certain feelings and stuff into their votes and stuff like that. I would tell you that I would use the main example. You always hear me talk about this. I was not the biggest T.O. fan at all. I was not the biggest T.O. fan. But when it was time to put him in the Hall of Fame, he should have been a first ballot Hall of Fame. No questions asked. You know what I'm saying? Like you got it. Sometimes people got to take their feelings out of some of these takes or whatever, or some of the thought process or whatever. Like you always say, people are human. They gonna do it. So
it's not about you. It's about the game. But people don't realize that sometimes. But it is what it is.
I agree, bro. Last but not least, King. Sorry, man. I'm just getting myself prepared for this, bro. Your boy's at it again, King. Oh, Mark Cuban, man.
I can't stand this dude.
Listen, man. I know he's your favorite person in life, man. I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. But check this out, man. He would sit down on another podcast, per usual. You know how that go. He can't be out the limelight for too long, King. He got to have a mic somewhere to talk to him. Check it out, man. This is what he had to say, man, about the whole him making a mistake on hiring Nico Harrison.
Like 6 or 7 people, politicians and shit. And we were having a beer, and I got a text from our general manager, and he's like, "Hey, give me a call." Nico, yeah. And
you hired him.
I hired him.
Do you regret it?
Yeah, in hindsight now, it was a mistake, but whatever. But yeah, he was like, "Mark, call me," and I
you should have pressed up on his ass. He did press up on him and asked him, "You did it. It was your fault." And then he like left. I can't stand Mark Cuban, bro. This dude. I don't want to talk about this. He always just don't want to be a part of accountability. There we go. That's the word you've been using today. The 8 words you've been using that we stay around. Accountability, bro. This dude will not be accountable for nothing. He goes and runs afterwards when it's time to talk about it. Oh, yeah, that was a mistake of mine and all. Everything you fucking did was a mistake. Sorry for my language. Everything this dude has done is a mistake, bro. Like, that's how I be feeling. Everything you do is a mistake. So at some point, you should look yourself in the mirror, like you said, Apollo and all. Hey, man. And he obnoxiously, in a way, like tells you what his mistakes were. Like, oh, bro, I just make these mistakes. I hired Nico Harrison, could have had Dwight. I should have got Giannis Antetokounmpo, my biggest mistake. Jalen Brunson, Steve Nash. You just saying. He really think that one. I told y'all got him pumped on that one ring, bro, that he really think he can say all this stuff because he's a success with that one ring. Nah, bro. I get tired of this dude. The reason Dirk can't walk, this dude. The reason Jalen Brunson not on our team, this dude. The reason Luka Doncic is not on the team, this dude. The reason I'm not a fan no more, real talk, this dude. Like, it is what it is, man. The Lamar Odom shit that he supposedly didn't do. This dude. Everything is this dude. Chandler Parsons. This dude. Who else we'll talk about that we what's his name? Tyson Chandler. This dude. I don't know what to say, bro. Like this dude does not make good decisions. He got that one championship. Like if we made a list of stuff and you wrote it down and you took away the championship from the pros, you would have a list of cons for Mark Cuban, bro. That's what his damn near is. It's like the people don't realize that because he stays playing on that one championship. He plays with your intelligence. And that's what most billionaires do. That's why they don't like him. But he likes to play on your intelligence, bro. You made them dumb decisions. Nobody else did. You're the dummy here. It is what it is. But go ahead, bro. Floor's yours.
You literally said everything. Listen, I think we talked about it. You said the guys had pressed him. The thing that gets me about Mark Cuban, I think we talked about this a million times. This guy, remember he was on Patrick Beverly's, I think it was Patrick Beverly's podcast, and like you just said a minute ago, if everything going right, he's him. He the one who did it. He's the one who invented basketball. He the one who invented the NBA. The NBA wouldn't be nothing without him. I called David Stern, or I called Adam Silver personally and told him to do this, and they did it. Blah blah blah. We always hear this. But like you just said, when he talked about the whole Nico thing, he didn't want to say his name, for one. Then when he said Nico, the guy said, "Oh, the guy you hired, right?" Like you said, he tried to gloss over that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so the thing that gives me about, like you said, with the accountability, I've said this a million times. I even take it back to the whole, I know this ain't basketball related, but it's Mark Cuban related, the whole Earl Sneed thing. When folks were sitting there telling those reports came out that they was telling Mark Cuban this dude is doing this and doing that, making women feel uncomfortable in the workplace, all that type of stuff. And I remember he came out with like, "Oh, I had no idea about it." I said, Mark Cuban, you are the most hands-on owner outside of Jerry Jones and the owner for what's the boy name for the Clip Bomber over there in the Clippers. Y'all like the three most hands-on owners in the history of sports, and you telling me you didn't know anything that was going on in your organization?
Sound like a bold-faced liar to me, but I can't call
that. So yeah, like you said, I kind of realized this about Mark Cuban about halfway through the 2000s. I started realizing he full of bleep. When he sat there, he made that comment about the draft and all that stuff. The draft ain't that important because we draft at the back of the draft. I ain't gonna never forget them comments.
Walking on the other side of the street.
And then you go over here, yeah, that's it. But then you go to the same team in another team in your same state that you were in are doing what you said that you don't want to do and winning championships, dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of stuff, like I said, the way he moved, man. Like I said, some of the comments he make, like I say, it's cool that he rah Mavs and all that stuff. That's cool, but it's everything else that surrounds him, bro, that I do not like.
What philosophy of his? What philosophy of his do you look back and you say that worked for the Mavericks? That's what I'm saying. Like, so you heard him say the draft doesn't matter. When you look at the San Antonio Spurs and all that stuff, you think about, damn, Pop took care of the draft. That's what you think about his philosophy. Other than that 1 year where nobody expected the Mavs to win. It's not like, oh my God, he set up this juggernaut and we're gonna go out and win. Yeah, it was like out of nowhere, the Mavericks caught fire and they won. Shout out to Dirk and the rest of the team getting together and doing that.
Which is why King walk,
Rick Carlisle and all that stuff, that team getting together. What is a Mark Cuban philosophy that has helped out the Mavericks, bro? What philosophy of his has brought other free agents? What philosophy of his has brought us great draft picks and all that stuff? What philosophy of his, bro, has worked other than him in the long run, screwing it up and then coming back and acting like, well,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't me, or I wish I didn't make the decision that way later on. Like, if he did, I swear to you, I keep saying it. If he did not have the 2011 championship, I think the whole look at Mark Cuban would be different. He'd be a complete failure at this point. Without that 20, like he has nothing else to show. I know. Well, he's the best owner for the players and all that stuff. Okay, you can pay players and you can treat them well. What have you done for the product on the court? You were that team that kept winning a bunch of games beside the Lakers and San Antonio that just squeezed out one. That just had to squeeze out, luckily, one. You were the team that every year they knew religiously would win 50 games, but nobody believed you win a championship. That was on your toll.
Yeah, matter of fact, the year that they won a championship,
they won 50 games.
They were calling them the one and done boys.
One and done boys, yep. You were the team that was your, like, so that was on your watch. That's like being seen as a lemon, a car company, and people saying, well, you got a lemon always. Don't go buy from them. That's a Kia back in the day. You don't want to get that. That's literally how they were talking about Mark Cuban. Don't look at the Mavericks. They won 50 games, though. So what? They're not going to win nothing in the playoffs. And you happy about that. You done nothing, bro. And then you sold to this person and you want to buy it back. It's just failures. I want to sit down and have a conversation with him, like one of those 2020 interviews and all 60 seconds or whatever, 60 minutes. Yeah, I want to have one of those type of interviews with you. I'm just calling out, you know what, sir? No. But what about this and all? I'm tough with a camera in his face and all. He like, I probably won't be mad at me and all, because bro, it really isn't. He sits back, like I say, it's obnoxious. He's obnoxious in a way, but he like lies in your face. Shout out to the commercial. He pisses on your leg and tell you it's raining. That Mark Cuban does that because it's like he has money, so he plays with you. It's like, bro, I keep watching you fail, and he'll talk about him. I almost said Paul Pierce. Like, that's a good thing. I almost had Kobe. Like that. Who yells that, bro? Like, what other owners saying, you know what, man, I almost had him. Guys, what? Think about me. You praise me because I almost had Kobe Bryant. Like, gives a hell is, you think that's the only team Kobe Bryant would talk to? Did the Chicago owners and all, or the GMs at that point say, well, we almost had Kobe Bryant, guys. We're everywhere on every show. We almost had Kobe. The hell is that, bro? Come on, man. Almost had Kobe. Almost had Giannis. Give me a cookie.
And to go back to with the whole Nico thing, I'll keep bringing this up. He talking about he feel bad for hiring Nico. You know what? You should feel bad. I always talk about this. You hired a hiring firm to look for a GM.
Yep.
You were looking for a hiring firm. Then on top of that, you decide to hire the coach before the GM. A la Jerry Jones. You ignored all the people who were trying to give you advice and decided to go with this advice because you thought that he had the relationships of players in the league. Then, like I said, like you said, then it backfires, and now you at her like, oh, I don't. Same thing with the whole. Same thing with the selling to the Adelsons. You thought you was going to be in living good with the whole casino stuff.
Nothing makes sense, bro. Nothing ever makes sense, Mark. Even
where my casinos at, King?
You don't got none. Hey, like I told you, okay. Nothing makes sense with Mark Cuban, bro. Like the stuff he yells.
Then when the rumors started coming out, he want to buy the team back and all this other type of stuff. Man, get out of here. Man.
He yelled blue sky. Damn, Threads took that over real quick. But he yelled blue sky all over the place. That was his next thing. Blue sky. I'm so for the pharmaceuticals. I'm so against Trump. And it's not even political, but just I'm just using his words. The action of looking at a guy, like if I was befriending somebody on the streets and they were telling me this and I'm paying attention, like, damn, bro, you lying to me. Like you full of it or whatever like that. This dude told blue sky and all that stuff. It's on Blue Sky when it first started, every damn post was about either pharmaceuticals or Trump. When he first started, when I was on there watching it, everything was about that. Mm-hmm. He go sell the team to the Adelsons, though. How? When has he answered that one yet? Hey, bro, they got this lady on the magazines and all getting medals by this guy. Why would you? I want to hear his answers, bro. He doesn't. He stays away from everything because he thinks you stupid. Like he's so dumb, he thinks everybody else is dumb. So he like, you ain't gonna ask me that because why would you think about that one? It's like, bro, we all sitting here like, well, you sold the team to the Adelsons. What was going on there? But he not gonna say, I'm just not a Mark Cuban fan, bro. He full of it. That's how I feel. I feel like he fake. He just got money. He fake as hell. He fake. Shout out to you being on the show, Mark Cuban. Let's move on, bro. I don't even want to talk to this dude. How he talking about?
But yeah, man. Listen, we turn the page, man, and get to the next segment here. But before we do that, man, let's go ahead and show some love to the merch. I tell you, man, LeBron, remember we had that talk about should LeBron come off the bench and all that stuff and what she take a step back, all that. LeBron has came out and said, man, he's willing to take a step back and play a role.
Oh, so let me tell you this.
we got to wait and see first.
Okay.
See first.
If he does that,
he did it last night.
If he says,
I'll give him that.
If he really is going to do that and he's going to sell in, Lakers is one of the favorites to win the championship. I'm going back to it. I'm saying, I know people keep saying I'm wild and I'm crazy. I'm going to tell you, if LeBron James plays into a system and they got all three of them playing well, and LeBron comes off the bench or something like that, and it's like, okay, let's go, they one of the favorites to win the championship. I'm going to tell y'all again. I don't care what you say. You hate all this, this, all that.
On sacrificing for wins, James willing to adapt his own play and individual performance for team to succeed.
Man, they got enough games to get it done too. They winning.
Yeah, like I said, he did last night.
If he paying attention, that's what I'm saying. They were winning beforehand. If he actually looking and saying people talking about them winning without me, I'm impacting. Hey, let me just sit back. It's the end of the season now. Go ahead.
What would happen? You already know what would happen if they lost last night.
Yeah, it would have been his fault. That's why he got it. He got a fault. He got to at least wait until he get an opportunity where people were like, all right, there's Luka fault again from to show off or something again. But right now, if he's really into, I told you when I was watching other games, he was on the bench.
Go ahead, start that narrative.
Start that BS. Yep.
Pressure off me.
I told you the other game when he was sitting down to watching cheering on the sideline. I was like, I don't know if that's fake or not. And all because Braun always doing this and all, but maybe he took it seriously this time because they were winning again. Like I told you, it's because of Braun. At the end of the day, if the season over, whether Braun there or not, if I'm Luka, I'm gonna sit there and I will have a conversation with him and say, bro, I came here to join you. And I didn't really choose to be here, but I still when I told me it was you, I was like, all right, I'm at the Lakers and with LeBron, you my hero and all that stuff. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. You cost me an MVP. You probably cost me maybe a line of a championship as well because of this nonsense we were going through. I mean, he old enough. I'm a grown ass man too. Let's just keep it real. And I was a big, huge fan and all, but I'm not gonna lie to you. That really hurt my feelings because you did that to me. Because LeBron, if he'd have been thinking this way, yeah, Luka would probably be right there, especially the situation, the way the MVPs went and all. It'd probably be Lucas, but because Braun want to do that stuff, it ain't. Like Luka, the odd man out, looking in. Oh,
I agree. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to these questions, these comments, man, and we can call it a show.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes. The challenge, or so he thought, he had about $150 to work with. Now, in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
It is true value.
Yep. Shout out to Babe Queen in the house, giving the eyes, and also our guy Daniel Berry. Happy Friday. Hey guys, always, man. Check out Daniel Berry's page, please do. And that's about it, man. We gotta get more. Where the real NBA fans at, y'all? Not to doubt the people that watch this. Where the NBA fans at? The fans that actually love this game, not just teams. Where the fans that like this game, man? Where the fans that actually grew up wanting to call this game? Where the fans of that? We need you guys around. If you're seeing this, come on over, subscribe and all that. Bring these conversations over here because we love to talk to you about the whole league. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Like he said, man, we talk about these conversations all week long, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we definitely appreciate y'all if y'all come on over here and join us for these conversations. Listen, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Join us here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So too, everybody hit them likes for us today, man, as we continue to try to fight the algorithm. Definitely use your help with that. And also too, you guys want to become a member of the channel like Daniel Berry here. We simply hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button, man. Join us here for dedicated shows for the members on Fridays, and there's also different perks and stuff like that for the members as well. Also too, man, follow me on my other channel. Shout out to Big J, BA, and Cuz on Cuz We Geek. We talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. We might be getting the first Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer in front of Project Hail Mary next week. We're gonna be talking about that tomorrow. And Aaron Pierre's Green Lantern, John Stewart is gonna it's been reported he's gonna be in the sequel for Superman. So hopefully that's the case. So we're gonna be talking about that too tomorrow. So if y'all into that type of conversation, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, all that. You found the right channel, man. Follow us over there on Cuz We Geeks. We do shows every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning.
That's a real good look, bro. If Aaron Pierre's Green Lantern in the Superman movie, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire, man.
Yeah, I mean, he might get like a major movie then, for real. If that's happening.
He already getting the show, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he gonna be on the movie, but also share more, guys, as always. Follow myself, Queen, Travis, BA, and sometimes Devin on We Talk Combats. We talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. Shows every day. Fridays is one of our bigger days. SmackDown, Trick Williams, and all the day. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, come on over to the watch along. And this Sunday we'll be doing the recap show as well for the whole week. So interested in any WWE combat sports, not really mixed martial arts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big UFC guy right now. That's kind of getting on my nerves. But boxing, all that type of stuff going over here. And like, subscribe, comment on the show, and we'll see y'all there. But appreciate you here, and we'll see y'all here on Monday for another topic.
Yes, sir. We'll be back here on Monday, man. So hopefully we have some interesting news dropping in the NBA. So listen, y'all go catch these games, man. If you got NBA League Pass, you really got no excuse, man. You can watch all the games. So go watch the games. Y'all let us know. Come on back into the shows, man. Let us know what y'all think, man. Any of the topics that we bring up here on the show. So if you guys watch this after the live, come on in the comment section. Y'all let us know what y'all think about these topics that we brought up, man. What's y'all's opinions on them? So with all that being said, man, it's your boys, Relle and King of Cap and Crown. We talk about all things NBA related. We'll be back here on Monday. Same cap time, same crown channel.
No cap.
Cap and crown. Man, you gonna stop hating on Mark Cuban, bro. All right. I want that man to run for president.